Hello, Kehilat Darchei Tzion, one Erev Shabbat, Parashat Vaera. In our parasha, we read about Moshe's speech to Am Yisrael, where he describes to them the whole process of the Geula and the 4 stages, V'otzeti, V'yitzalti, V'ga'alti, V'lakachti, and of course the 5th one, V'heveti etchem el haaretz, the whole process of being redeemed from Egypt and becoming the nation of Hashem. V'ayiti lachem le'elokim, Hashem will be the God of Am Yisrael, with this special connection. This is such a great vision, and Am Yisrael do not have the ability at that moment where they're suffering to actually listen to what Moshe is saying. V'lo sham'u el Moshe mikotzer ruach u'me'avoda kasha. They couldn't actually listen to this. They couldn't internalize what he was saying. And then later on, Moshe is told to go back to Am Yisrael. Vaytzavem el bnei Yisrael ve'el paro leotzi et bnei Yisrael me'eretz Mitzrayim. Moshe is sent to go a second time. This time he's only there to tell them letzet me'eretz Mitzrayim. The Meshech Chochma explains that this idea of telling them it's time to leave Egypt is what they could listen to. They were suffering. All they cared about was, let's get out of this terrible place. Let's stop suffering. We have to stop suffering. It's terrible. The present is so difficult. Please tell us that what's happening now is going to stop. They don't have the ability to have the vision to be connected to this great ideal of redemption, of Eretz Yisrael, of Ma'amad Har Sinai. Just stop the slavery. And that's how the Meshech Chochma explains why Moshe is sent again. But then, of course, the question is, why was he sent the first time? Why does he give them this big speech talking about this great vision if they're not able to listen to it? And I think there's a lesson here in leadership. There's a lesson in education, educating others and educating ourselves, and a perspective on life and as a nation, how we should deal with different troubles. There's always the issue of the now. The present is difficult, and we have to take care of the present issues, the troubles that come to us immediately. We have to deal with them. We have to make sure that they don't bother us. We have to see that things that trouble us at the moment will stop troubling us. We have to realize that these things are pressuring us. The challenges that we have can be really, really painful. As we know, throughout the war, with hostages, with people being killed, these issues are very, very painful, and they're very, very problematic. And we look at that and we say, we need this to stop. We need this to end. We need to leave Egypt. We need this issue to stop. But you can't only be worrying about only the present issues without having a great vision, without knowing where this is leading to, where we're going to. And that is Moshe coming to Am Yisrael. Even when they can't listen, he's going and telling them the great vision. The Sfat Emet says maybe they couldn't listen with their ears, but their neshamot could listen to it. Their hearts could listen to it. It made an impression. It was something that Am Yisrael understood on the back of their mind, that their story is not only about the present, but there's a future. There's a greater story. There's a greater picture. And that gives meaning to what they're going through. So we need this balance. We need a leader who is able to stand up and say, we have a process we're going through. We know what our plans are. We know where we want to get to. We know what we want to achieve. We realize that we're part of a greater story. I'm now talking about in our generation. We're part of a greater story. We're part of the story of Am Yisrael. We're part of the war for Eretz Yisrael. There's meaning and purpose to what we're going through. But also we need the ability to deal with the present issues, with the things that are painful at the moment. Leotzi et bnei Yisrael me'eretz Mitzrayim. And of course, the great question is always how to balance. When is the right time to emphasize which issue? And when you make decisions, which part is the one that you have to make the decision according to? Shabbat Shalom.